On October 29, 2025, Cursor unveiled version 2.0, not just a feature update, but a total reimagining of its IDE as an agent-first platform. Instead of manually writing line-by-line code, you now orchestrate a team of AI agents that handle complex, multi-step tasks for you. This release tackles developers' biggest pain points: latency, limited context, and safe automation by combining a brand new model, Composer, with a redesigned interface for parallel AI agents. In practice, this means you focus on outcomes while Cursor's agents deal with the implementation details. The interface is built around a sidebar of agents and a conversation view instead of files, but you can always pop back to the classic code editor if needed. At the heart of 2.0 is Composer, Cursor's first in-house coding model. Composer is a frontier model designed specifically for coding tasks and low latency. It's a mixture of experts model trained with reinforcement learning on real engineering challenges. The team reports Composer runs 4 times faster than other high-end coding models, with typical responses in under 30 seconds. This speed keeps you in the flow, letting you iterate rapidly without waiting on slow model calls. Composer isn't just fast, it's customized for software. During training, it had tool access like file editing, semantic search across your codebase, terminal commands, etc., so it knows how to navigate large projects. In benchmarks built on real dev requests, it hits fast frontier performance, not quite as smart as GPT-5 or Claude Sonnet 4.5 at the very hardest problems, but much quicker. In fact, internal tests show GPT-5 or Sonnet 4.5 still lead in raw intelligence, reflecting a deliberate trade-off. Composer sacrifices a bit of ultimate IQ to be far more responsive. Early users find the trade worthwhile. One tester said Composer felt fast and solid and was the first model that combined speed and quality. Others note that when workload isn't latency-bound or quality is paramount, they still lean on Sonnet or GPT models, but Composer handles the grunt work at blazing speed. With Composer Speed, Cursor 2.0 unlocks multi-agent coding patterns. A new agent sidebar lets you spawn up to 8 AI agents simultaneously on one prompt. Each agent runs in its own isolated worktree or cloud sandbox, so they never conflict. The idea is, send the same task to multiple models or agents in parallel, then pick or merge the best results. In practice, this means you can do comparative development using Composer, Sonnet 4.5, GPT-5, etc. to tackle a feature at once and compare. Or plan or build, using a brainy model to design a solution and the fast Composer to implement it. This parallel approach dramatically speeds up complex workflows. The new multi-agent interface shows each AI working side by side on the same codebase. No more waiting for one agent to finish before trying another. You get multiple drafts in the time a single model would generate one. Each agent has its own isolated file copy via Gitwork trees, so they won't overwrite each other. For example, one agent could be devising a refactoring plan while another is writing tests, and you review both results in the unified diff view. This side-by-side planning is a game changer. Power users are already running Composer, Sonnet, and GPT-5 in parallel, and choosing the best answer from each. Cursor 2.0's UI makes all this manageable. You have a persistent agents view to track each plan or subtask, plus a unified review pane that aggregates all the file changes from an agent's multi-step plan. Instead of flipping through 15 separate diffs, you see one consolidated diff per agent, drastically reducing cognitive load when merging AI-generated code. In short, Cursor shifts you away from sequential coding and toward agent orchestration. The host of agents is handling the low-level details while you steer the big picture. Cursor 2.0 also supercharges web development. A fully integrated browser is now generally available. Agents can run and interact with live web apps right inside the IDE. The key is the new Select Element feature. You simply click any element on the live page, and Cursor sends that element's DOM context into the chat prompt. Now you can say, change this div to section 4, and the agent knows exactly which element you mean. No more awkward text descriptions or finding CSS selectors yourself. Agents can validate UI updates by visually checking the page, even opening DevTools logs in the same window. This in-app browser closes the loop on UI testing. An agent can run your front end, see errors or the current state, and iteratively fix the code until the page looks right, all without leaving Cursor. Built-in dev tools like console, network logs, etc. live under the browser tab, meaning you truly don't have to leave Cursor to debug front-end issues. Meanwhile, code review has been overhauled for AI-driven projects. When an agent implements a feature touching dozens of files, Cursor now shows a single combined diff per agent step. You can apply or revert the entire change with one action. This unified diff view cuts through the noise of multi-file pull requests, making it far easier to trust and merge agent contributions. All these tools, the integrated browser, improved diffing, and retained classic IDE, work together to keep you focused on development, not UI flipping. Another new feature is voice mode. You can now speak your prompts using speech to text, which is perfect for rapid idea capture or coding on the go. This lets you describe complex refactors verbally, then confirm with your keyword to execute. So, what's the community saying? Reactions are mixed, a blend of awe at the innovation and frustration at the rough edges. On the positive side, speed and flow are lauded. Developers on Twitter and forums love how Composer keeps them in the flow with sub-30-second replies. The browser tool and select element magic get repeated shoutouts. One dev raved that clicking an element and issuing a prompt just does it. Plan mode and parallel agents are also getting hype. Power users say they now send requests to Composer, Sonnet 4.5, and GPT-5 at the same time and review them one by one, a workflow that feels so great. In general, pros agree Cursor 2.0 genuinely accelerates prototyping and refactoring, especially for front-end or large code-based work. The criticism centers on transparency, cost, and control. Some users note that Cursor's internal benchmark isn't public, making it hard to verify claims. Others miss the older editor feel. Several comments mention a learning curve as the tool shifts from a familiar code view to this new agent, First UI. Pricing is another sore spot. Composer costs $1.25 per 1 million input tokens and $10 per 1 million output tokens, same as GPT-5 or Gemini 2.5 Pro. Because parallel agents can fire many large requests at once, some users warn that bills can quickly hit hundreds of dollars per month. One Redditor suggested a cost-insensitive auto mode that picks the best model regardless of price, because the current auto prioritizes cheaper responses. Finally, auto mode quality has surprisingly taken a hit. Several developers report that after 2.0, the auto model selector sometimes picks weaker models or garbled output, even non-English text, and generally feels worse than before. In practice, many power users ignore auto altogether and explicitly run Composer and top-tier models in parallel, or just stick to Sonnet or GPT-5 if accuracy is paramount. What's clear is that it pushes the envelope. This is no longer just autocomplete, it's orchestrating AI collaborators. Cursor 2.0 is a landmark release that redefines the dev experience. It embodies the thesis that the future of coding is specialized, fast models working together under our direction. The practical gains, ultra-fast responses, a DOM-aware browser, and true parallelism are real and productivity-boosting for heavy-duty dev work. But it also raises the bar for developers. You now need prompt engineering skills, careful code review, and budget awareness. This is a tool for power users and teams who embrace agents, not beginners looking for a simple editor. So, is Cursor 2.0 ready to replace your old IDE? It depends on you. If you crave faster iteration on big projects and are comfortable juggling multiple AI agents, it's a strong contender. If you prefer straightforward, predictable coding or watch your costs, proceed with caution and keep an eye on usage. The conversation has officially shifted from writing code to managing AI collaborators. What do you think? Have you tried Cursor 2.0 yet? Drop your experiences in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth looks at cutting-edge dev tools. Happy coding!